YouTube, I made a major mistake. I made a video saying do not summon for Fu Xuan, and the comment section lit me up. And I'm out of tears, hold on. Damn, that's cold. Just like my heart for the Fu Xuan mains that were in the comment section. I'm sorry. So, in today's video, we're gonna be glazing up Fu Xuan and giving our honest opinions on Fu Xuan, our real opinions on Fu Xuan, why you should be pulling for her. Yes, we are. And that's why you should be subscribing back to the channel if you unsubscribed. But for real, we're gonna be talking about why you should summon for Fu Xuan. We did the video the other day. I'm sure you guys might know of why not to summon for Fu Xuan. So in today's video, we're gonna give all the reasons on why you should be summoning for Fu Xuan, because I do feel like she's a pretty polarizing character. I think a lot of people think you don't need her. A lot of people think you absolutely do need her, and I think she kind of falls somewhere in between. So realistically, we're gonna be talking kind of about what she does, and then we'll talk about all the reasons she's good and why you might want to pull her, and all of, I think, the misconceptions that she might have as a character. And the reason I waited this long to make this video is because we didn't know all of her traces, or I couldn't talk really in detail about all of her traces and stuff like that, and her light cone as well. So that's why I kind of wanted to wait to make this video. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So as a brief overview of what she does, she has her PogChamp skill. Now whenever you activate her skill, Matrix of Prescience is going to last for a certain amount of turns. Just thinking it might be the same amount as Ting Yun's buff lasts for. But anyways, what this does is it's going to be granting basically a damage dispersion across the whole team, so meaning any damage one of your teammates may take, she takes some of that damage instead. It also increases their max HP and crit rate as well. But this pairs up really nice with one of her new talents, or a couple of her new talents, kind of. One of the talents being the, I'm not even going to say the word. Basically what it's going to do is when Matrix of Prescience is active, Fu Xuan will generate extra energy when she uses her skill. Make sure you're keeping an eye out here for the energy that we're talking about. But this is really big because it means you can get her ult up a lot quicker. Another trace that this activates is going to be the other part of it, which basically gives the whole team a crowd control nullification, meaning the team cannot be crowd controlled at all. Basically, it lasts for one turn. So if someone hits you with a crowd control buff, say if someone freezes you or Kafka uses her domination ability, this would technically negate it one time. This is going to last the same duration of the skill and can be reset every single time you use the skill. So that is really, really big. Her basic attack, also pretty big, is going to be dealing quantum damage to a single target. They didn't talk about the scaling here, but what we're going to talk about in a little bit, and if you watch the how to build guide, you should know what damage it scales off of there. Let's just say she's very similar to Blade in that aspect. Now, hopping into her talent is really good because it allows her to not die. It also reduces the amount of damage she takes too, so once she hits a certain HP threshold, she will be regenerating a certain amount of HP back. We saw this in the trailer. It almost refilled her back up to full health. Really good, really pog. This can only be activated, from what I can see here, only 2 times. So after you use the ult, you get 1 more stack. You can use 2 stacks per battle. Really nice. Gives herself some self-sustain as well. Now, hopping into finally what is her ultimate. She'll be dealing quantum damage to all enemies. Talking about the damage scaling, you should know what to expect here as well. And it also is going to increase that talent trigger cost by 1, or it gives you 1 extra talent, which you can use a max of 2 times, which is really good. This also pairs in really nicely and makes her very viable, or maybe could make her a solo sustain character, because whenever she uses her ultimate, she'll be healing all other allies. We will talk a little bit later in the video on her viability as a solo sustainer, so stick around for that if you want to know my opinions on that. Why is everyone on my ass in the comments section telling me that she's a must pull? Well, let's talk about why everyone thinks she's a must pull, right? And that's because, first of all, she heals the team. Second off, she gives a crit buff to the whole team. Third, she gives a damage risk buff to herself. And kind of in the same vein, she reduces the amount of damage your allies take as well by taking some of that damage off them and applying it to herself. She also heals herself, and she has a CC resist. She has a lot in one package, not to mention her damage. Her damage is not that bad. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's on a sub DPS level or a main DPS level, but I think it is on a pretty nice level. It's going to do more damage than your Japard, that's for sure. So that is a really big plus there. Now, with every 5-star character, they get a signature light cone. So let's go ahead and talk about her signature light cone. She has already shut her eyes. First of all, I want to point out the art. The art for this looks really, really good, right? But let's talk about what it does. So it's going to increase the wearer's max HP by 24%, also increase the energy regeneration. Keyword energy regeneration, keep that in mind for a second here. When the wearer's HP is decreased, increase the damage of all allies by 9% for 2 turns. At the beginning of each wave, restores HP equal to 80% already lost by the character themselves for team. Kind of worded weird there, but basically it heals your team at the beginning of each wave. Now, that's kind of copium. It's only going to activate 2 times in MOC. It's a pretty big heal because it is 80%, right? But still kind of copium. Like I said, that's not the main thing. The main thing here is energy regeneration rate. We get energy regeneration rate in her traces. We also get energy regeneration rate in her light cone as well. What does this probably mean? Her ultimate cost is probably going to be pretty high. If I had to guess, if it's giving us this much energy regeneration rate, I don't see any world where the ultimate is like a low costing ultimate, right? I think this is probably going to be up there close to Danny, maybe not as much as Danny, but I think it's going to be up there with like probably one of the highest energy costs for ultimate in the game. And what does this mean for her solo sustainability? Because she needs to ult to heal the team. In my personal opinion, what this means is I think it's going to be super hard to solo sustain without this light cone. I think this light cone is almost necessary to heal, and the reason I say that is because MiHoYo is a gacha company. They're going to create an issue within the character that they fix with something else in the game. So in this case, they fix it with another light cone you have to summon for, right? So if you want her to solo sustain, maybe you have to pull for that light cone to do it. In my opinion, I think it is, like I said, going to be hard to run solo sustain Fu Xuan without this light cone. The Herta Shop light cone is not really going to do much for the solo sustain aspect. Maybe gives you a little bit extra healing, but it doesn't change the ult cost or ult turnaround time or anything like that. Because as of right now, if we could assume that it's close to Danny's level, without the light cone, it's probably going to take like 3 turns most of the time to get her ult off and heal. And in some cases, your team might be close to death by 3 turns, right? So this is something that you need to think about. Now, of course, if you run a fast Fu Xuan, I think this could definitely alleviate some of that issue, but it makes her harder to build if you want to run her that way, right? I think she's going to have to be fast if you want to run her that way, or if you want to run her without the light cone, if you know what I'm saying. And the final thing I want to talk about is why you should be summoning for Fu Xuan. Now, as I saw in the last video, they say that the banner is free-to-play friendly. Well, I agree. This is probably one of the best banners we've gotten. I don't agree with this is a must-summon banner. I don't think any banner is a must-summon banner for everyone because everyone has different accounts and different things on their account. So I don't think that everything is a must-summon for, right? I don't think any of the banners are a must-summon for because there's too much variation between people's accounts. For your account, it might be a must-summon, but for others, it might not be. So I'm not going to focus on the banner, I'm just going to focus on her herself. As I stated in that video, if you have a lot of sustained characters on your account, it's probably not the wisest choice to summon for her. Sure, she'll be good for your account and she'll help upgrade your account a bit, but I don't think she'll bring as much value as some other characters that you're lacking could bring. Whether that be Harmony, whether that be a DPS category that you're missing, right? I don't think in situations like that she brings as much value to your account. Now, I will say, for a lot of players' accounts, this will bring a lot of value to your account, especially if you don't have a Japar, if you don't have a Bailu, if you don't have a Locha, if you're missing all of these, right? Or if you're even missing 2 of them, this is going to give you insane value for your account. If you're only rocking Natasha and Bailu, or Natasha and Japar, this is going to be a great banner for you to pull on because she will help carry you through that game. And like I said, it might be hard to run her solo sustain without a light cone, but I do think it can be possible with the correct tuning. With that being said, though, I think she is an amazing unit. I don't want you guys to get the wrong gist on that. I do think she's an amazing unit, and I think you should summon for her if you don't have many sustain characters on your account. Like I said, amazing unit. I think one of the best in the game. That's all I really have to say about that. Now, one other thing I want to point out is I do appreciate you guys for watching the videos, right? Don't get me wrong on this. I might come off as an asshole or a dick, but I do appreciate you guys watching the videos. And I do appreciate you guys supporting the videos, especially even if you disagree with my opinion, you guys talk about it. Some of you guys anyways talk about it with me. And, you know, we come to a mutual understanding. For example here, I know Timo Naro, I hope I said the name right, he comes in just about every one of my videos and leaves a comment or something, but you know, we've had disagreements on things, but you know, we always talk it out, or I try to talk to him in the comments, or talk to any of you guys in the comments, and you know, see what we can resolve the issue, or see if we can come to an understanding on things. And that's what I like. I like being able to have conversations with people in the comments, and not like going into the comments and responding to someone that has no will at all to have a conversation about things because they think they're 100% right and they're not willing to change their way of thinking or their opinion on something. You just can't have a conversation with someone like that. Me personally, I'm willing to change my opinion on things, and I'm willing to have conversations with other people like that. But yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to Timo Naro. He's cool. I love you, man. You're a great commenter. And also, I didn't mention a lot of people in here that put comments out, like Aria, that puts a copium comment in every single video and baits for me. But yeah, anyways, that's all I want to say with that. Anyways, gamers, pull for Fu Xuan if you want to pull for Fu Xuan. Skip her if you want. I don't really care. I'm pulling for, and have a good day. Bye, everyone. And guys, I know it's been a lot of Fu Xuan videos, and this will probably be like the last one kind of talking about her. I'll have a build got out for her, but we'll see what we do after that with her. But yeah, just know this is probably like one of the last Fu Xuan videos of the Fu Xuan saga. So get ready for new content.